Win the fight for him.
I completely agree. He's got to catch that first freeze.
Yeah, he definitely has an uphill battle here. I believe the range tank showing its real prominence in this tournament. I think that's mostly down to obviously the huge gear advantage that Hobie has access to with the Armadil. That increased magic defense as well as the increased ranged accuracy could be making a big difference.
Well, here we go. In the chat right now, who you guys are rooting for? Let's go Bob. Mankt is representing Blazers versus Hobie, not Hobo, who is Fools Iomerri, the leader of Fools, the range tank.
And there you go. I believe he caught a freeze there. So if he wants to, he can step under Iomerri. But obviously, he's been watching these fights. He knows that Iomerri has Mithril Seeds. So I guess maybe if he's quick with it, he could step under Iomerri and plant a seed of his own. But maybe that's not even crossing his mind right now.
Yeah, lots of fakies going in as well. Playing this really smart and really slow. Trying to get caught in his robes, obviously. Realizing that the VLS as well, catching that perfectly, but still unable to catch a freeze for so long now. Mankt even utilizing, the 31 for his prayer as well. That's so unfortunate. Even utilizing the Mage Book switch.
Oh boy.
But it doesn't matter, like, absolutely crazy damage by Iomerri right now. And Mankt's RNG is just horrendous. He just can't catch that freeze, and he just keeps having to eat food constantly. And Hobie, Iomerri right now, the Fools member, the leader of Fools rather, is full inventory. Is not looking good for Mankt. Obviously having to come back an uphill struggle versus someone that is getting constant openable E-specs, and it's going to be really hard for him, and he just still can't catch that freeze, man. He needs to catch that freeze.
Well, knowing that Iomerri is and obviously in the position he is, Hobie on that side just doesn't really need to take out of that magic defensive gear. Now he has enough food to be able to tank a few ranged or melee hits that he doesn't really need to worry about swapping over to that defensive gear. He really has the advantage in this situation. If you were Mankt now, would you just be sacking off magic completely and trying to do range tanks?
He's committed to it now. He's down so much food, he realizes that if he goes for a ranged versus melee fight or whatever, range and melee versus opponent, when his opponent's got vengeance, he's just not going to win it when he's down food. It's not going to happen really, no matter what RNG he gets. He needs to catch those freezes. He needs to step under his opponent. He needs to make the most of those VLS specs that he has left, of which he has 3. So if he gets lucky on the right prayer, he can hit 60s. It can change around. Let's just pray for Mankt, for those rooting for him. There it is, a 50 into the VLS spec combo.
Ooh.
A 30 through prayer. Unfortunately, like I said before, I was about to say a minute ago when they got hit the 50, let's hope for him that he wasn't going to get hit a 50 on the Vengeance, which he did. But a 31 spec, sticking with it right now. Mankt versus Fools Iomerri in the final for $30,000.
The food situation has really become balanced now. They are very similar in terms of what's left in terms of supplies. We have noticed here that Hobie hasn't decided to use those combat potions as of yet, so he's going to have a much better chance towards the later end of this fight. Still has pretty decent food in terms of like a brew as well, but Mankt doing his best to stay in this fight as much as possible.
I can't believe Mankt right there. He actually wielded the VLS in the wrong gear, and he somehow caught a freeze. He finally caught one. And that's RNG for you, I guess, sometimes. But Mankt sticking with it, staying calm. He's still got a fair bit of food, and some decent
nice
openable specs. The 38 man. Although saying that, a 28 VLS retaliation from Iomerri, staying in this fight and saying, you know what, I've dominated so far. I'm not letting it go. We're so close to the winning now. I'm doing this for the finish. I'm doing this for Finland. I'm doing this for Fools. But as we say that, Mankt catching that freeze, stepping underneath, giving him a second to breathe, to get his HP back up again. But like you said before, the flower mechanic, utilizing that, keeping Mankt on the back burner, trying his best, put him under pressure. But the 22, just missing the Vengeance. He's got to be careful now not to hit too high on this Vengeance. Looking at HP-wise right now, it's very, very close. 26, Vengeance being hit back. A VLS spec, almost getting KO'd. That was so close.
And that's all the food for Mankt, all gone. There's one shark remaining here for Iomerri. Still a very close fight, but the HP so close between both the players. The final shark gets eaten by Iomerri, 59 HP versus 42 in the finals.
Now it's just going to come down. Is he going to catch this next hit? Is he going to be able to is he going to sack magic off at this point? I think he's just going to try and go for one extra hit, maybe, and then try and just do something against his opponent. Hobie is just doing, he's just waiting it out now. Mankt has planted a seed underneath him, so he can't.
Oh, no, he actually got killed there. I mean, the Vengeance anyway. So, Fools Iomerri taking down Mankt in the finals to take home $20,000 for his clan, Finland. But at the same time, Blazers cannot be upset with that result. They've got themselves $10,000 at least, with the top 4, of course, another $1 grand for each team coming home. And Mankt, for the first time, not undefeated anymore. He's been defeated in the finale, but yeah, he seems very, very happy with that. Taking home something for Fools, and yeah, that alliance clearly, playing its role and being very, very happy with that result.
Well fought to Mankt all day long. If he catches one of those freezes a little bit early, I think the fight definitely takes a early turn in his favor.
Yeah, absolutely.